I have created a reference plane that is offset from the front surface, and I want to create a sketch on that plane. And I want to copy the profile of this existing body to make the sketch. So I can look at normal direction, and I can just draw lines and arc and another line over those edges. But instead, the easier one is using the convert entity tools. So if you select the convert entities and select existing entities, like here in this case, it's edge, click on those edges and say OK. Now that those edges are projected onto the sketching plane and become sketch entities. And notice that those entities are all black, even though I didn't add any dimension. That is because the sketch entities are fully defined by the existing body geometry. So let's continue this sketch in here. I want to make a line to close it and trim that one. So I have this area, and let's extrude it by a certain distance, and you get the geometry. If I go back to the original sketch, and if I change the dimension 70 to 80, and that cut sketch is automatically adjusted to match the changed geometry. So that is the constraint. Actually, you see that convert entity constraint. So this sketch follows whatever the existing body changes. So I'm going to delete that cut and editing that sketch. Now, I want to also add this all inner loops. I'm going to erase all entities. I'm trying it again. So I select the convert entities, select the surface, and I press select all loops. And we have 3 loops are selected, the circle and 2 rectangles. If I say OK, now the only inner loops are projected, not the outer face loop. Let's delete that, convert entities. And here, if you check inner loops one by one, and you select the inner loop here, the whole loop is selected, but only that selected loop. So click on these 2, and those selected loops are projected. Select chain option doesn't work on the existing body, but if you have a separate sketch without selecting the select chain, and each selected entities are selected individually, but with the chain selection option on, all connected sketch entities are selected, and that is projected onto the sketching plane.